We are joined by Professor S. Sancheti, Provost, Marwadi University. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Sudhirji.
Just to take you through what this, we had an amazing opening ceremony this morning, joined by Commissioner and Secretary, Collegiate and Technical Education, Government of Telangana, Mr. Navin Mittal, Mr. Kunal Silku, who is the Director with the UP Government for Skills, and at the same time, we were joined by Colonel Venkatesh, who is the Director with All India Council of Technical Education. And there were many leaders, especially the Vice Chancellor, who joined us. We would like to hear from you on this topic uh, that is modernizing to a digital first institution. Your view and what Marwadi University has been doing on this front. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, APAC. Thank you, Sudhirji. Thank you, Mr. Utkarsh, for this opportunity. Very happy to join you for your mega meet, the mega event of India Digital Empower Meet and Awards. I'm happy that this education has been given a space in that because it's very demanding, it's very much changing. And the topic you have selected for me seems to be very, very appropriate for what I'm going to discuss now. I must tell you that the time available is around 15 minutes, so I've decided not to share any slides or any presentation. However, I'd like to share my views through my communication only. And let me begin by saying that modernizing to so-called digital first or the digital needs has become essential primarily for three reasons. One, that the COVID had hampered our normal functioning or the kind of functioning we had, and therefore we had to resort to what you call digital modes. Number two, the NEP came simultaneously around a year back, and it also advocated hugely on modernizing, using the technology, and of course creating what you call NETF, National Educational Technology Framework, and all that. So that was the second reason. And the third reason is the technologists themselves, the people in the IT or digital domain or computer domain started functioning and creating models for education where we'll be directly benefited. However, to begin with itself, I must say that most of the digital technologies which we are using right now are the borrowed ones, not necessarily developed primarily for education space, but they were developed for some other spaces, but they have now found an alternate use in the education space. I would expect, and I would probably wait for a day when some major technologies like internet technologies directly getting evolved for the first purpose of what you call education, because education is a multi-billion-dollar space or a huge space in terms of numbers, and therefore digital first is something very, very important. I will also say that digital first is something which sometimes has been not taken for granted or not taken very, very positively by saying that there is a huge digital divide. I will not necessarily agree to that, primarily because yes, divides are there with us in every form. A lot of us live in rural or urban areas, and divides are there in big countries, advanced countries, and poor countries. But digital will be a provide. I firmly believe that technology, once sets in, cuts the cost, becomes omnipresent, as we have seen with many examples from mobile to automobile and many other things in our life, whether it is our kitchen or whether it is our general activities in sports or whatever. The technology has become integral. Education did not have the interface with technology in a strong way, and therefore it's going to come now. By the way, I have a counter word to digital divide, and I call it as a digital provide. And why I call it as a provide? Because it has a feature, the digital has a feature that it encompasses everything in one fold, everything in one way. It does not require too many different formats, styles, and systems to deal with easily. And therefore, all the analog things or all the conventional things are converted into a common format. And therefore, to store it, to distribute it, to update it, to restore it is very, very good or very easy. In a similar fashion, the digital world gives us the opportunity in education to make what we call the reliability and reproducibility and repeatability and upgradability and various other features of these things very easy, whereas in the conventional world of education this was not there. You probably know that if a good book is written, by the time it will reach an Indian audience in hand, probably it will be a gap of 3 4 5 years. Sometimes it can be very costly also, but in a digital world it is not so, and therefore this digital first is first for everyone. Everyone will be treated equally. It gives you end-to-end connectivity, and on top of that it brings speed and efficiency, which is what was missing. These are the factors which we have never taken seriously, that whatever we do with speed, we do it with efficiency. Those are not measurable parameters easily. But now that everything is probably monitored or can be measured from sensors, therefore it can be quantified, and therefore there can be speed and efficiency coming into that. That's very, very important, and that is what probably digital first will bring. Digital first will bring a lot of diversity also, what you can do simultaneously. While I'm speaking to you, I can possibly do other things also if I so wish. But in the conventional world, it was not possible. If I'm in a classroom, I'm confined, nothing more can happen. Here, with the multiplexing, the multitasking, all those things can also go simultaneously. So digital world has opened new vistas for us, and Marwadi University, the university which I'm heading right now, is no different. In fact, I would not say no different. I would say it's a leader. Our emergence is owed to our group, which is very big in the shares or the equity space, and therefore they work with lightning speeds, and they work with everything electronically, and they work with a lot of transparency. The same thing has been embedded in our functioning. I must tell you here that I'm very proud that since I've joined the Marwadi University currently, I have not had a single file on my table for approval or processing. Everything which I do is electronically, end to end electronically. All the papers are given to me, all the reports are given to me, all the files are given to me electronically. In fact, my input, if I'm receiving some letter from somewhere, even that is handed over to me electronically to begin with, if I require so. Otherwise, the reports are given to me that your letters have been received and delivered, and when I acknowledge it's closed. Everything is electronically. All our feedbacks, all our complaint process or discussion process or meeting processes are there. And therefore, digital has a beauty of what we call end to end, and the digital should remain first. Digital should remain a leading aspect of our life henceforth in the education world. Digital is what will modernize us. Digital is what will make the inclusion better. You know that educational institutions have limitations in terms of access or equity. Sometimes government of India is trying to push for that because of institutions are not located in rural areas. I know that how many the places I have served in Jaipur and Madras and some places, how many Chennai, how many institutions and universities are located, but you go to their neighborhood in other districts, the institutions are missing. And therefore, digital will also make the presence omni. Everywhere it will be equal. The delay will be same, the quality will be same, the teacher will be same, the content will be same. Digital also gives us beauty to help us with what we call the new education policy. The new education policy is strongly advocating what we call as the student centricity. That means they can pick their teachers and timings, they can pick their courses from different institutions, design their degrees, study through blended mode, and do examinations on demand. Now, this cannot be done in a conventional mode. If the technology is not there, this will all fall flat. Whatever has been said or expected from the NEP probably will not hold true. Even if it is as a statement hold true, it will not be delivered. And let's understand that the technology will be key to the success of education sector henceforth. Why I'm saying that is for the simple reason, you look at last 200 years and you'll find the globe or the world or the universe, as you know, physically, socially, politically, financially, relationally, operationally, functionally, in any aspect. If you see, you'll probably find changes have happened once a new technology has come. We have become a global village because of the same digital technology, and because of the same digital technology, our access to education and the quality of education and the trans world education will become a reality, is what I will say. So you will see unprecedented changes in the education sector because of this digital world. Also remember that the changes needed to be fast, and we know that how many new technologies have been taken very fast, like the implementation of Facebook to a certain number, probably 50 or 10 million users. If you look, much faster than the computers, and the computers are much faster than the electricity itself, and something much faster than telephone. So you'll find once we take digital technologies in the education, they will also have a faster implementation. That means our GER growth, that means our literacy, all that will be taken care, because it will be affordable, it will be faster, it will be efficient also. I've also said that the education need to be multidisciplinary. Now, if I'm in one discipline, in one institution, in one department, I cannot do much of multidisciplinary. But if I'm in one place, but I can still look around and learn from other institutions, other departments, probably I can do multidisciplinary. So once again, the multidisciplinary will be a feature which will be delivered by the technology. Similarly, today we need to be a matured learner. That means after I graduate, I come into service at the age of 30, 35, 40, or maybe going up to 75. I may have to learn something new. And if I have to learn something new, I cannot go back to the admission again and again sit in the class with some teacher. I'll have to earn also. And therefore, technology will help me learn while I'm earning. While I'm in service, I'm in a company, I'm in some situation, wherever I may be remotely or whatever, I can still learn. And once again, this digital first or digital technologies will be the support system for us, which is there. And therefore, this will also help you with what we call the very famous thing, multiple entry and multiple exit. And those will be the new features of the education, that you can study anytime, discontinue anytime, come back anytime and do. It is all because of these kind of technologies. The new learnings which we are doing in terms of teaching learnings, laboratories for classes, for example, will become flipped classroom like a thing, again because of technology. Laboratories will become virtual laboratories, once again technology driven. The self studies will become MOOC and webinars and online programs like this driven, once again technology is at the fore. And then finally, a lot of new learning, innovation, entrepreneurship happens through hackathons, and hackathons have also become online kind of a feature, as Government of India and AICT and others are doing it. And therefore you can see technology is in the backdrop of almost everything which we are trying to do in life. Let's take one more aspect of teaching learning, which is what we call as the examinations. Assessments are very important. There is a lot of hue and cry about the assessments which are there. And here I'd like to say, if tomorrow you have to be offered on-demand examination, that whenever I'm ready, I want to appear in examination, then that examination can only be delivered by the technology and not by the singular teacher or as few teachers in your classroom. And therefore, there are a lot of things which everything in this space of education, and we are doing it. By the way, as I told you, we do end-to-end complete ERP or URP, you can call it. Everything is online. We have developed our in-house in Marwadi systems for the proctoring of the students. Not only that, we show every answer script to the student, not momentarily. They can see it for the rest of their life because it's online. Every marking, every mark cut, every mark given, every totaling done, everything is public, and they can compare it with any of their friends if they so wish. Because that's their property, that's their effort. And all those things are available on all the platforms, whether it's mobile or tab or laptop or desktop computer systems or whatever. Things are supported through what we call the cloud technologies, and therefore the access is easy. The best thing about this digital technology, which I'm trying to talk to you, is the scalability. If an institution wanted to grow from 5,000 to 7,000 students, it will need 40% more infrastructure and teachers. But when it comes to digital, that may not be needed, that you build new building and have new teachers. You can do scalability through electronic means, through cloud technologies, and therefore digital first will make you highly scalable. And my dear friends, there are many points. I'll just name 6 technologies which are part of digital first, which are helping us. I'll simply name them. Number one is the smart classrooms, where you prepare and do many things. Number two is the text to speech and speech to text. So if you are hearing impaired, you want to learn in different mode, you can do. Number three, 3D printing. You can create things whenever you like and dismantle them, join them, whatever the learning by doing and playing will happen. Number four will be 5G and cloud technologies. As I said, everything on the earth is available, whether from Oxford or Stanford. Number five, social networking will do a lot of team working and collaborative learning. That's also easily possible. And number six, very important for teachers, they can do biometric tracking by knowing whether Sandeep Sancheti was a serious student in the class or not. What are his facial reactions? Has he collaborated with someone or not? Through various data and other things, they can find what was my performance. They can make me slow learner or fast learner based on that feedback. So these are the 6 things which are partly happening right now. The remaining 6 things which I'm naming, which will come as a digital technologies to us. Number one would be artificial intelligence in everything in our life, including the education, including the study, pace, language, everything, everywhere decision making will be held by artificial intelligence. We don't have to load this brain unnecessarily if it can be free. If our processor can be cool, I think that will be a very nice thing to happen. Number two, game-based learning will become very important with digital. Till now, we are restricting the use of mobiles and technologies and laptops in the classroom. Now we are begging our students that bring those devices in the classroom. Game-based learning is a very, very impactful learning. Let me tell you, Xboxes, PlayStations will all come. Next thing will be flexible LCDs and displays will come. You don't have to carry any bags or books or copies or answer scripts or pens and papers or libraries. Everything will be in a folded LCD screen, which will hang on your back. And this will be your table. This will be your examination book, everything. These kind of technologies are going to come. The next thing would be augmented reality and virtual reality. Even history-like subjects will be taught by creating the war of, let's say, Haldi Ghati or Plasi or whatever, and they can take you to the Darbar of Akbar and all that and showcase how those were run rather than giving you a bookish knowledge. And so time machine concepts, 3D modeling, everything will come. And finally, everything which I'm saying as electronics or digital will not have to be carried separately. You don't have to carry a laptop and a bag. You will wear all those electronics on your body. Your hand probably can be projected to give you a typical keyboard.
Yes.
Your eyes can
Yeah.
be possibly a screen, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
So all put together, digital will
Yeah.
be driving us in a very, very big way. That's my view, and we
Absolutely.
are working on most of them here in Marwadi University. Thank you, Sudhirji. Sorry, I've taken a
Thank,
minute or minute
yeah,
and a half.
thank you very much, Sandeep Sancheti ji. It's like when you're talking and you're mentioning those 6 initiatives that's already happening, I can visualize the that Marwadi University be named rather Marwadi Tech University. It's more of
Sure, why not? That's a fantastic suggestion.
it's in place, and I wonder like the kind of artificial intelligence and the flexible LED that will be carried in the back rather than carrying bags, pencils, and books. It is absolutely modern view of vision your university has. Glad to hear all this from you, and I'm also happy one of the universities like you are going in that direction, which is future of the education sector and also the employment and skill sector. Thank you very much. With this, we would like to present to our education leader from the Marwadi University, being proudly presented to Dr. Sandeep Sancheti, Provost, Marwadi University, for his dedicated efforts and exemplary work in the field of education. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sudhirji. Thank you for this opportunity and recognition. I appreciate it, and we'll be very happy to collaborate with you and others to share our knowledge and success, and so also to receive from them. Thank you.
Always a pleasure,
Namaskar.
sir. Thank you very
Namaskar.
much.